Hey, you guys. Pignorance 559 here. Wanted to touch up on a few subjects. Um, because we are just a couple of days away from not just the whole American nation, but the whole world, witnessing formal President Donald J. Trump on his inauguration, which is going to be this January, Monday, on the 20th, 2025. Um, one thing I can't stand on the internet is just, god dang, just fear mongering and misinformation and whatnot. But there's a lot of talk um, that there's people that are going to be aiming and gunning for Donald Trump's head again. They're going to try to snipe his ass out and take him out. Um, you know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Um, for all my subscribers that watch my videos and my content, I know you guys clearly remember when I said um I don't I don't tolerate you know killing or murdering. um it's not cool. It's not cool. Just because you don't, excuse my language, sometimes I gotta curse. Just I'm exercising my right to freedom of speech, right to freedom of self-expression. But it's not, just because you don't like somebody, I don't care what he or she did. You don't have the right to take life. You are no one to play God, say who lives and who dies. Okay? Um it's just a very sensitive subject to me. So I don't agree. I don't like the vato. I don't like him anymore. I didn't vote for him this time. I don't like Donald J. Trump, right? I don't respect him anymore because he sides a lot with the blue and American law enforcement, and just American blue Nazis in general. Just even when they do wrong and when they kill, it's just always justified. And brother, you did your job. Don't feel bad. Take 2 weeks off. Clear your mind out. Here, take this check. Give him a 12-pack. Good job, brother. Nice kill. Okay? It's just a whole lot of white supremacy in that line of work. The thin blue line. Those blue Nazis. Male and female officers. Sheriffs. COs. You name it. CHP officers. The judges and wardens know what the hell I'm talking about. Don't play stupid with me. That being said, at that same token, with that being said, there's been erected a massive fencing around the U.S. Capitol, and rightfully so. For those on the internet, fear mongering, saying they're gonna take them out, there's just so much sketchiness about just trying to snipe Donald J. Trump. That whole him almost getting shot, el pinche güero, the white boy who got up in there, and even all the Trump supporters in the crowd. Yo, there's someone on the roof. There's someone on the roof. Pinche security and pinche FBI agents, even cops. Oh, don't worry, it's just a Trump supporter. They were just ignoring it and ignoring it and ignoring it. Fuck, when you're white and you're up there with a fucking rifle, hey, you're fine. Don't worry about it. If he fires a couple shots, and we'll fucking take a couple, we'll take him out then. Fuck, if I was up there, a brown guy, or a brown guy, fucking uno que es raza, güey, or one of my black brothers up there in the roof, they wouldn't have even thought twice. They would have taken him out, him or me out, Headshots, superior shots only, right? On Donald J. Trump's inauguration, for those people on the internet fear mongering, saying que, that they're gonna kill him, they're gonna snipe him, they're gonna place bombs, blah blah blah. Dude, know this now, dude. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you that right now, dude. Because first of all, that whole shooting, my honest opinion, I feel like that shit was staged, dude. When things are staged, they come at a sacrifice of innocent civilian life. I do believe that shit was staged because there's no fucking way someone misses. I forgot what he was carrying, a rifle, an AR-15 or a rifle, but he had a scope. he had a long rifle. But no one misses at that distance, you know? And with such a firearm and chambered at that caliber. But to me that's just my personal opinion. Okay, I'm entitled to my own opinion. I feel like that was staged. But anywho, even after that, there's been multiple attempts to try to take him out. I'm gonna tell you right now, all these idiots on the internet saying they're gonna try or attempt to, dude, know that every inch, every centimeter of every building and every fucking crevice, roofs, inside buildings, outside buildings, windows, they're gonna be watching everything, dude. They're gonna be watching, be watchful, hearing. I mean, it's gonna be tip-top security. The only thing they're gonna have to worry about in inauguration is, there's gonna be protests. That's probably gonna be the only interruptions. Okay. I need to touch up on the subject because there's just all this talk. I'm telling you, the internet, it's kind of funny sometimes. It makes me laugh sometimes, but it's entertaining. Propaganda, blah blah blah. But the things people cling on to say, oh, it's gonna happen. People say, well, he's gonna get murked because I saw on The Simpsons that they predicted. I'm like, oh my god, because you saw The Simpsons. On one of the Simpsons episode, Donald Trump got executed, so that's why it's gonna happen. It's a fucking cartoon, dude. Relax. Relax, guys. You believe and praise more of The Simpsons than you do Jesus? Come on, man. Come on, man. Anywho, it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It will be a peaceful transition. Speaking of peaceful transition, look at the level of class and elegance President Biden and Kamala Harris are showcasing, before the whole world. It will be a peaceful transition. They're not going to get down like the Republicans who stormed the pinche Capitol by force. No. They're going to lead by example. And that's something that I respect. I respect that on Biden's behalf. I respect that on Kamala's behalf because it shows what type of people they are. Eso es algo que es algo, se enseña, ¿no? Que son buena gente. Y eso es algo que, bueno, se respeta, ¿no? It's respectable, And it puts Trump in that light, like, bro, well, they're doing peaceful transition. Why couldn't you? We get it. You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You're rich. You're but you don't always have to be a crybaby, bro. Like, just because you don't get your way, just because you're white and you're rich, doesn't mean you're always gonna get your way, vato. There's always gonna be someone out there who don't fucking like you or don't agree with you. And you know what? That's okay. Could you imagine if we lived in a world where everyone was the same? It'd be pretty damn boring and vague. Pretty blank. You know what I mean? But it will be a peaceful inauguration. The only distractions that'll be present come 20th January, just protests, you know what I mean? And it pisses me off because law enforcement, military personnel that are going to have boots on the ground, including law enforcement in Washington, they're going to deal with that. And I hate to use that term, they're going to deal with that. Because no matter how many yells and screams a people of color, the browns, raza, blacks, you know what I'm saying? Brown pride, black power, Filipinos, Asians, they're all going to be out there. Mostly Hispanic and blacks. Couple white folks, just a couple. The ones that aren't racist, which is a good thing. It's rare, but it's true. There are, some white folks that aren't racist. The voice of the colored folk here in America, it just never matters. To them, it's just kill, 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 kill. Shut them up, shut them up, shut them up. Go hands on, spray them with mace. shooting non-lethal bullets. Protests. There's protests. So I'm assuming they're going to use non-lethal. It's just, it sucks, you know? It sucks how the white man is with the people of color here in this nation. And I know because I was born here, I grew up here, 1987, Lindsay, California, 93247. So it's gonna happen, you know. So all this talk and fear mongering that they're gonna murder him, that's not gonna happen, dude. It's not gonna happen. Okay. So when Trump comes in, excuse me. Thank you to the young lady who gave me free McChickens and fries. You know, hell, I'm homeless. I'm living in my car, so that fed me for the day, right? I'll tell you what. When Trump comes in, it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell. I want to see him do the right thing. I want to see change in Donald Trump. I want to see him, hey man, raining down on the blue, saying we can't be policing this way. You can't be killing blacks. You can't be killing browns. Okay. But he doesn't. He doesn't do it. He's gonna come in on day one, mass deportations. Just a couple of days ago, Tulare County Sheriffs. That ain't my sheriff, shit. The Tulare County Sheriffs. I'm not gonna say mine because I don't want to associate myself with those blue Nazis, trigger-happy, racist, oppressive, gun-grabbing lobbyists who like to take guns away from fathers. Just a couple of days ago, they murdered a young Hispanic. They pulled the guys over. People were drunk, and the guy had a gun. Now, I highly advise you guys to watch that video. What? Because the Tulare County Sheriffs, all of them, all two or all three of them, from what I saw, there was 3 sheriffs pointing, aiming, and shooting. You can see right away. You guys need to learn, because, you know, I own firearms, right? We like to purchase firearms. This is America. We're built off the Second Amendment, 1776. If you're black or brown, you catch it quick. You see how the cops or sheriffs, for example, this incident that I'm talking about, these sheriffs right away start to maneuver with their footwork and try to establish a surrounding position. The reason they establish this surrounding positions is because in their mind, they're already trigger happy. In their mind, they're not looking to de-escalate. In their mind, they're not looking to be a part of the solution. They want to be a part of the problem and kill. Okay? With their Glocks, whatever they're carrying or whatever they're packing that day. You can clearly see a sheriff going, he had access to the inside. If I was a sheriff and I was in there, I see a young man, okay, este vato está pedo, he's drunk, and he's over here causing a ruckus a little bit, he ain't complying, but he is drunk. The moment I see a gun and he's telling me it's a flashlight, I would go in and go hands-on. I would hold his hands as a form of de-escalating. Don't tell me that pig was in fear for his fucking life. You're a little older than him. You're a little more stronger than him. You can neutralize a situation in non-lethal force. You can use your hands, pendejo. Okay? That blue Nazi pig, there was an option to de-escalate. All he had to do was go in and grab his hands, say, gun, gun. And as his partners go in, he said, I got his hands. Pull him out, pull him out. There's ways to police without killing young black and brown minorities. But I'm telling you guys, watch the fucking video, okay? Don't mean to tell me you got all this fucking backup and you're right there and responding and you're seeing everything as the doors open and you see him. You got full access inside. You see his hands. You see everything. You can grab his guns, dude. I can easily do that myself. Okay? Simple. Easy peasy. And don't sit there and tell me these damn blue Nazis, and it's a shame they got blacks and browns in there working the white man's agenda, pushing the white man's white supremacy through that line of work, the thin blue line with the blue Nazis in their blue Nazi union. There's so many steps that guy could have taken. But watch the video. Watch how they work and orchestrate. The Tulare County Sheriff's Office, they're thugs and pinches. Son cholos, güey. Son gangsters. Just like the pinche LA, not just LAPD, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Office. Those motherfuckers are gangsters. You ever been pulled over by a fucking LA sheriff? It's no different here in Tulare County. De más que valen verga, hijo de su chinga madre. So, mira, I highly recommend you guys watch the video. I heard that the young man, he was young. He had many years ahead of his life. He still had his whole life ahead of him. How you can still be in your 30s and still have your whole life ahead of you. That blue Nazi sheriff and his blue Nazi cronies around him, surrounding the vehicle, already aiming behind the window, they could have done better. The number one person who could have prevented it was a sheriff who was right there with the door open, inside already. All he had to do is go hands on inside. Cops and sheriffs, they don't always gotta kill, bro. That's why I always say, like, when I encounter these blue Nazi cops and sheriffs and they come at me like that, that's why I always tell them, what the fuck's wrong with you? You that much of a bitch and a coward and a pussy? Like, you can't jump in the ring with me? You can't box? You'd rather pull out your gun like a bitch and pull the trigger? Hell, anybody can do that. That's easy. Anybody can pull out a gun, aim, and pull the trigger. That's easy. Eso es fácil, güey. Y lo que le hace más con el bread and butter is when you go out and you train with your firearms. What happens? You get better. You get familiar with your firearms, whether it's your 22s, your 9mm Kimbers, 1911s, your shotguns, your rifles, your AR-15, your SCARs, whatever caliber it is, dude. It's just, I'm upset. You know, I am upset. I'm a little heated. I'm a little pissed off because so much could have been done to alleviate this. That young man didn't have to die. Yeah, he was drunk. He was pedo. He was out having a good time. And I don't know what occurred. Maybe I heard there was like a robbery or something. So that's not a good time. But something happened. But whatever the case may be, what have you? You know, they need to start training cops and sheriffs, CHP officers, even female correctional sheriff deputies. Learn how not to be so escalating, so antagonizing, so just adding fuel to the fire, dude. You know, when they're getting sworn in, well, why did you join? Oh, because I wanted to make a positive change and impact. You call that a fucking positive impact? That ain't the fucking difference. Okay, what else do they say? Oh, I wanted to join because, for the action. I get it. The action. The trigger-happy, itchy finger action. Full of white supremacy to kill blacks and browns. Tell me, when was the last motherfucking time a cop or sheriff was out here killing nothing but white folks? Tell me one. Just one. This year, when Trump gets in, brace yourself, folks. Brace yourself, brothers and sisters, because if your skin is black, if your skin is brown, I don't care how you want to cut it, how you want to slice it, how you want to dice it. White supremacy will reign supreme again. Speaking of white supremacy, I remember when Trump was in office, I was carrying my son. He was only 3 or 4 months. I was at a Walmart with my baby mama. She told me to put my son in the car. I was walking with my son in the car, right here, while his brother was walking with me. And a fucking Mustang pulls up. Bunch of white folks. You know what that white lady told me? There was a bunch of male peckerwoods in there. They looked like straight white supremacists. You know what she told me? She screamed at me and said, "Hey, you!" What the fuck? I look over here. I was like, "Yes, ma'am." Even after her addressing me like that, I still treated her with respeto. You know, that white lady. I said, "Yes, ma'am." She caught me off guard. You know, hit me with the element of surprise. And she goes, "Go back to fucking Mexico." Mexico. I was like, "What the fuck you just say?" I power walked to my baby mama's truck. I put my son in there. I put him on his baby seat, strapped him up, and I went outside around the Chevy, and I ran towards the car. I said, "Man, fuck you, dude. Fuck you." You know, I did tell her, "Fuck you, brown pride." Said, well, why would you tell me some shit like that? I told her, bitch, I'm an American. I'm an American. I was born here. Well, you're brown. As she drove off. Anywho, this inauguration, just brace yourself, folks. Again, if your skin's black or if your skin's brown, brace yourself. You know your rights. Okay, know your rights. That's it for today, you guys. I gotta go. I gotta go get dressed and go to work. I gotta clock in at 6 p.m. Remember, guys, it doesn't matter what you look like, what the color of your skin is, whether your skin is black or whether it's brown. Always be proud of who you are, your roots, and who we are as a people. And never be ashamed to say it. If your skin's black or brown, again, I say, brown pride, black power. I love you guys. Take care.